All right, so there's a couple videos from Torah observers cruising around TikTok that say that Jesus is the Antichrist. And a handful of large mainstream Christian content creators have taken a tiny little stitch of that video completely out of its context and then made videos to say, "Ha! Torah observers worship Satan. We told you they're evil." Well, those people know that they took those videos out of context, and considering the fact that Yeshua says every idle word we say we'll have to make an account of on Judgment Day, oh boy, I wouldn't want to be in those people's shoes on Judgment Day, because they know what they did is wrong. But we're not here to talk about them. We're here to talk about which Jesus you worship, because contrary to popular belief, there's two Jesuses preached in the world. There's Yeshua HaMashiach, the Jesus Christ of the Bible that was prophesied to come in the Old Testament. The one that obeyed the laws of God. The one that perfectly walked out the laws of God and taught us to do the same. That Jesus follows the laws and loves the laws and taught us to do the same. And then there's Jamba Juice Jesus. That Jesus is the YOLO, live your best life Jesus. That Jesus is the once saved, always saved Jesus. That Jesus doesn't care what you do because there's no consequences for anything as long as you say you believe in him. That Jesus doesn't care if you break the laws of God. That Jesus is going to high-five you on the way through the pearly gates and then play the ukulele for you while you get a free heavenly Jamba Juice. That Jesus didn't teach you to deny your flesh. That Jesus says you can eat whatever you want. That Jesus says you shouldn't cheat on your wife, but if you do, it doesn't really matter. You'll be forgiven of it all. All you really got to do is just try to be nice to people. But even if you fail, you'll be forgiven. Funny fact, if you read the Bible from start to finish, you'll see that there's not one prophecy that Jesus will ever change any of the laws. In fact, in Deuteronomy 13, it says that a prophet comes to you and says you can break the laws of God. It means he's a false prophet and not sent by God. You can make excuses all you want, but you have to ignore scripture to do all of them. Including the common one I hear, "Oh, we're Gentiles, that's not for us." Well, if you believe that, you have to ignore 95% of the Bible, and then the other 5%, which is Paul's letters, you have to take out of context, which we're warned not to do in 2 Peter 3, 15 through 17. By the way, that warning tells you not to become lawless because of Paul's writings. And lawlessness is transgression of the law, 1 John 3, 4. For those of you now waking up to those facts, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but if Jamba Juice Jesus is your guy, then your Messiah didn't come 2,000 years ago. He comes in the middle of the tribulation.